Nah, what up, yo? It's your girl Tylee. Welcome to Lee Central. Let's get it poppin', y'all. Before we get into this video, hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. Thank you for all my consistent viewers. And thank you for watching me if you're watching me now. So let's get right into this. I got my co-host here is my cousin Wes. She's not with me at the moment, but she's in the cut. She's in the cut. You feel me? She's in the cut. Come up with some type of, you know, fancy name for it, but for the most part right now, it's just a guide on being a fucking adult. You feel me? Adulthood is so fucking hard, and especially when you're not prepared for it, or when you just get told, just wait and see, just wait and see, just wait and see. You know what I mean? It's not as easy as everybody say it is. The first thing I want to start talking about is being self-aware. What I mean by being self-aware is just learning where you're right and wrong at and not dragging it. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't take criticism, and that is a big part of being an adult. You have to be able to be told when you're wrong, and when you're right, I think you have to be able to learn. Just because I'm right don't mean I get to drag it. You know what I mean? Because it can be two wrongs and it could be two rights. And I'm learning that as an adult. You feel me? What about you, Wes? You feel like you kind of learning that? Yeah. Especially what I see is a lot of people, when they triggered, they take it out on the world. And I don't really respect that as a person. Like, I feel like you should take responsibility and accountability for your own actions. Like, just because you are triggered don't mean you get to take it out on the world. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to see people, well, that triggers me, or, well, you got me mad, or they got me mad, or, excuse me, it got me tight as fuck. Like, I don't feel like that's an excuse for you to act the way you act. I see a lot of people that are kind of like that, as far as just being so, like, naive. Like, just because your parents or your family understand that's the way you are, don't give you the right to act a certain way. Because, you know what I mean? Not everybody's gonna sit there and treat you that way that your family do. You know what I mean? Um, and definitely, yeah, like, just being just being self fucking aware. I don't feel like it's that fucking hard at the point of you being 20, 21 years old and learning, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is really triggering to me, or hey, this is bad, this is good. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that should be that hard to try to accommodate or learn. But it might take a while, because being self aware, you have to know yourself. Most people don't know themselves. So it's kinda hard, you know what I mean, to be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I do this, oh, I do that. Like me, I have a thing where when somebody's saying something that I don't like, I cut them off. That's not a good thing, but I learned that because I'm self aware now of that. I bite my tongue, or I get to think about, wait, just because they're saying something I don't like don't mean to cut them off. You know what I mean? So for two, we're gonna talk about accountability and responsibility. I talk about that a lot on my podcast, and I'm noticing that because us as an adults, y'all have to learn that we have to take accountability and responsibility. And a lot of people don't think that's the same thing, but it's the same principle. It's not. It's kind of like a slash in the middle. You know the and or. You know when people say and or, it's definitely an and or thing. It's not no. Well, I was getting into a debate with Chanel and Shay, the girls that was on my other podcast, and they was kind of saying that responsibility and accountability don't mean the same thing, and I feel like it do. You feel me? I definitely feel like you do, cause a lot of people don't take accountability, and I feel like it's because they live in delusion. Like, I definitely feel like, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, a lot of people are delusional. Like, for instance, let's say people not knowing that they're in toxic situations, like relationship wise. You need to take accountability for the way that you letting this nigga or this bitch treat you. You know what I mean? Like, right, you feel me? Like, I just feel like it gotta be something, like, you gotta know in your heart, because it's wrong, that, you know what I mean. I'm not saying that person isn't to blame, but what I'm saying is you're not gonna sit here and tell me, like, well, you know, niggas ain't shit, and he putting his hands on me, and he cheating on me.
But you gotta take responsibility of why you dealing with that person.
Exactly. Take responsibility, honestly, and be like, why am I dealing with this person? Mm-hmm. He's neglecting me. Why am I dealing with this? She's cheating on me. She's not doing what she need to do. Why am I with her? Instead of saying bitches ain't shit or niggas ain't shit. You feel me? Like, y'all gotta take some type of accountability for the way that y'all have, yeah, like the way y'all are, man. So another thing that I'm seeing along with just delusional is, I see a lot of flipping the situation onto the other person to be a victim. I mean, for you to be the victim, and even though you were the perpetrator, like, I like to say that a lot. Like, you can't be the perpetrator and the victim. You have to pick one, because yeah, like, honestly, I see a lot of people who gaslight and they don't know that they're gaslighting, and there's so many different ways to gaslight, honestly, that people just don't even understand. Like, everybody just think it's just a one track thing because of the meaning of it, and that's absolutely not fucking true. Absolutely not true. Right. You can gaslight somebody just by me telling you something that you're doing wrong and you flipping it on me saying, why you do this. That's gaslighting. Mm-hmm. You're not taking responsibility or accountability for your action is gaslighting. You sitting here being in a delusional ass situation, like you can sit there and a nigga will hit you or a nigga will cheat on you, and you're sitting here like, well, maybe he's going through something, you know, maybe you know, maybe is a reason why he doing this. You're gaslighting yourself, little do you know. And then you want to treat every nigga like they have to be at some type of pedestal after that, because what, you let the nigga treat you like shit? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is fucking weird as fuck, you know what I mean? The last one that I got to talk about is definitely forgiveness. For the most part, a lot of people act like you're the weaker person for forgiving somebody. I see a lot of that. A lot of the people that I deal with are not forgiving. I haven't did any no crazy shit like that, but for the most part, like, I had people cut me off. I know people who cut people off for dumb petty shit. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like, if you really want to talk about it, if I wasn't a forgiving ass person, I wouldn't have nobody in my life besides my girlfriend and my cousin. Honestly, like, and I'm being so dead ass. Like, I would not have nobody in my life. But me being a forgiving person, that helped me sleep at night. That helped me understand to not be such a hateful ass person. You know what I mean? Like, I dealt with a lot of shit. One being my mom. And everything that I've been through with her, you know what I mean? And the things that I had to endurance with me and my siblings. And it took for me to forgive her for me to heal. But that had to be the first step. I didn't know that I had to forgive her in order to heal. I just thought, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she did what she did. That was the reason she did it for. And that's not it. Like, I'm not saying that I forget everything that she did. And I wish it was a better word for forgive, because forgive is definitely not the word that I feel. But it's definitely the start, because once I'm just like, you know, I understand shit happens, you know? Shit happens, and you make people feel a certain way without knowing that you can make them feel a certain way. It's certain things that I took out of that situation and applied it to my life. Not saying all the situations, but some of them. And at the end of the day, you got to look at it like forgive your parents, like, because I feel like that's a lot of things, you know, now that we're talking about it. A lot of people won't forgive their parents or can't fathom to forgive their parents because they feel like, well, they're the adult, they shouldn't have put me through that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, most of the people that I know have kids, or they're at an age where they're doing things that your parents did. And it's so easy to fuck up somebody's life like that. But when you that age in your parents' mind, they're not thinking about no shit like that. Like, nobody's gonna walk on eggshells around us. And people gotta understand that. Like, if people wasn't so easily bothered and easily triggered, then maybe we won't be so fucking sad all the time or depressed all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy that I could see somebody, well, my mom did this. She emotionally neglected me. Well, I'm not saying forgive her, but what I'm saying is all you can do is tell her while you at an age, hey, you didn't emotionally do what you needed to do for me. She'll probably be mad or she'll probably be hurt about it, but you telling her that and expressing that to her,
That's helping you.
Right, that's helping you. And don't think it's not gonna linger in the back of her mind. Like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Because I watched it happen. A person tried to express how they felt to their mom, and they just totally just neglected them. Like, as far as, that's not what I did. I did my best for you. I did this. I did that. And that's not what she needed to hear. Right. But I feel like maybe a little part of her kind of was just like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, hey, is that easy to just say that and get that off your chest? You know what I mean? Instead of just holding it in. Like, and just thinking that somebody owed you something. Just because they're your mother, or just because they're your sister, or just because they're your significant other. Like, nobody owe you shit. And people got to learn that. Nobody. Yeah, like, nobody owe nobody shit. And everybody gotta understand that shit, man. Like, nobody owe anybody anything. Nothing. And honestly, the more we figure that out, the better. And the faster we figure it out, the fucking better.
What up, y'all?
I want to talk about the pros and the cons of everybody living their dreams. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of fucking cons. But let's talk about the pros at first. Let's talk about the pros. So I feel like, to start, me doing this fucking podcast. That's a dream of mine. Not the podcast itself, because I really wanted to get into journalism, or activism, but it's not a world right now where activism and journalism is making a killing in the business. So, I wanted to, do this podcast to kind of just see, like, if I could get journalism or activism or, just advice or therapy in a video on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like, I see a whole bunch of it, and honestly, I could relate to some of them, but some of them is some bullshit, you know what I mean? But I feel like with one pro, people are more happier living their dreams. I feel like people are doing what they love to do, so it makes them more happier to get up and do it. And yeah, what do you feel?
Like, just doing what you love and making money from it.
Right. And that's another one. That's what I had. That's exactly what I had. Just doing what you fucking love to do, and making the money off of it. Like, I can't wait till my shit take off on here and I could start reaching out and helping other people extend their shit. But I doing this shit is really hard, because I was just telling Wes, this shit ain't easy for me to get up on here and start talking to y'all. And honestly, that take a lot of confidence, and take a lot of confidence to keep promoting your shit. You know what I mean? Because I live in a town full of haters. Most of the people that's watching this is probably from my hometown, so y'all already know what it is. Like, it take y'all a second to hit that share button. Y'all know me. You know what I mean? Y'all know I'm a good person. It only take like a minute to hit that share button, but y'all ain't gonna do it. But if it was another YouTuber who was famous, y'all would have did it. You know what I mean? Because I see music from my hometown, I share it. Just because I know people in New York, I know people in Connecticut, I can get their music out to them. You know what I mean? Or if they doing something nice, or if they doing something good, I could get it out to them. But everybody is some fucking haters, fucking share my shit. But you and another thing, another pro, you could be your own boss. You could be your own boss now. And I feel like that's definitely an upgrade from back in the day where you had to work for the white man. Even though YouTube is still ran by a white nigga, I feel like.
Definitely is.
Right. Some cons. We ain't got no more occupations. I feel like in a couple years, we ain't gonna have no lawyers, we ain't gonna have no doctors. we ain't gonna have shit. Like, we gonna have a machine telling us, you know, you got 5 years to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
shit.
or the
Crazy.
Lord, yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely, and another con, a lot of people are mixed. They're, like, doing shit that they want to do, and they're not having no levitation to what they're doing, meaning a lot of people want to be rappers. I love music. Love music. Love music. And I could spit a little bit. You feel me? I could do a little but you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna put myself out there as a rapper because that's what I like to do. You know what I mean? And you could be passionate about something and still not be good at it. So I just feel like, I don't know if people honestly think their shit be sounding good, you know what I mean? And they'd just be like, wow, you know, this is what we need to do. Or if they really just be like, I have enough confidence to really get it out. And that's the real reason I'm doing this. Because I'll be like, bitch, y'all need to stop this shit. Like, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop doing this fucking music. It don't need to be 150 rappers, 150 million rappers. There's other things we can do out here. Like, do something productive. Do something productive. Now, I'm not saying music is not productive, but what I'm saying is y'all saying the same thing. Y'all doing the same thing. Y'all dancing the same way. Y'all over the same beat. Like, do something different. Do something different. If you want to be a dancer, do something different. Don't get sturdy. Get yurdy. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Get yurdy, get dirty, something. Like, do something different. Make up a new name for what the fuck y'all doing, man. They don't have to be doing all this extra shit, man. I'm like, I know gotta be a shit ton of people that like to cook. Can somebody be a dancing cook? Can we get sturdy on the grill? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can there be something different going on? It don't gotta be there. It don't gotta be
unique.
Exactly. I'm like, I wouldn't mind.
Comes to anything.
Exactly. You have to be unique when it comes to anything. Because at the end of the day, you could be the best rapper, but if you sound like the same rappers that's out here doing the same shit, you not putting yourself in no different lane. That's the problem. That's just the problem out here. It's like we want to do all the same thing, and it's just like, come on, where the entrepreneurs at? You know what I mean? This YouTube is an entrepreneurship or entrepreneur, whatever the fuck word is. I'm putting damn bottom. It's that in its own self. Don't we turn our phones off in the studio? You ain't hear that ding? But yeah, do something like let's do something different. Let's try that. Let's try to do something that, if you want to do something that's in the same lane as somebody, how about we just, you know, it is one thing to be inspirational and, you know, inspired, but it's another thing to be a whole copycat. Like, man, turn that shit down.